Welcome back to Roelly Talks Sport. It's Monday the 11th of May. Plenty to talk about, plenty of sport to talk about from what happened at the weekend. Also, plenty going on tonight. Now, this is obviously new. If you've seen the channel before, you may not know anything about this. If you know me, if you've followed me on other platforms, you'll know I love sport. And I thought, let's do something that embraces that and moves that forward. I get so many messages all the time asking me about sport, what I've watched, have I watched this? Are you watching that? So I thought, let's bring it all together. Let's try and get a community talking about sport with me. I can be interactive in the comments, and this is a real passion for me. If you know me, you know sport is my passion. So let's talk about it. Let's get it going, and let's hopefully build this. I want to try and do these videos every day. Some are going to be long, some are going to be shorter, but I want to try and get them out every day. And like I say, try and build a community of not single-minded, like-minded sports lovers who are happy to have a debate and happy to have a talk, but also passionate about their club as well, which is most important. So tonight, big game in the Premier League, Tottenham versus Leeds. I've just had a look at the teams. They're both going for it. After yesterday's result, of course, at the London Stadium, Leeds are now safe. Arsenal, West Ham yesterday, big controversial finish. Was it a foul? Yeah, it looked like a foul to me. It was definitely a foul. Not only was the arm across the keeper, the shirt was being pulled as well. It was a lovely finish by Callum Wilson, but unfortunately for me, it was definitely a foul. Arsenal made really hard work of it. West Ham were unlucky. They didn't offer a lot going forward in the first half, but in the second half, I thought they came into it a bit more. But like I say, on the back of that, Leeds are now safe. Leeds go to Tottenham tonight. What Leeds will turn up? I can't imagine a Leeds team not going to win. It just doesn't sit right that they wouldn't do that. So I reckon they're going to go there, give it their all. I think Tottenham are in for a tough match tonight, but I think they're going to win. They're currently 1 point clear of West Ham on 37 points, but obviously they've got tonight's game. So they could, after tonight, they could be 4 points clear with 2 games left. They've both got interesting games. I believe West Ham, Spurs have got to go to Chelsea, but Chelsea, what Chelsea turns up for that? I suspect a Chelsea that will want to beat Spurs because there's a lot of history there. I believe West Ham go to Newcastle, then final day of the season, West Ham home to Leeds, Tottenham home to Everton. Whether it'll even come down to that now, who knows, but it's going to be a very exciting end to the season. I think Spurs win tonight. I think they seem to have got their mojo back. Where this Spurs team have been for the last 6 months, their fans should really be asking those questions because I think they've been an absolute disgrace this season. And really, I think they've deserved to go down, but I don't think they will. I think West Ham will go down, unfortunately. But I just hope it goes to the last game of the season and it continues to be exciting. Either way, whoever goes down, it's a great away day for QPR next season. So I'm looking forward to that. West Ham's a great away day, but Tottenham would be awesome, obviously. But we shall see. So look forward to that. We'll talk more about that tomorrow once we know the result. Another huge game tonight, playoff semi-final, Millwall against Hull. First leg was at the weekend. I thought Millwall did more than enough to beat Hull at the weekend. I don't know how it was a 0-0, but quite often these first leg semi-finals are 0-0s, cagey affairs. What I want to talk about is I feel there's a massive disadvantage for the team that has to play that first leg at home at 12 o'clock on a Saturday. I just don't think it's right. I think it's a massive advantage. If you can get a 0-0 draw and you know you've got the second leg under lights back at your place, I just think that's a huge advantage for Millwall. Like, the den's going to be absolutely roaring tonight. The floodlights will be on. I just think it's a massive advantage. The same with tomorrow night, Southampton against Middlesbrough. Don't get me wrong, Middlesbrough should have been out of sight after that first game. I don't know how that finished 0-0. But now, Southampton have got to be favourites, I think. Taking them back to their ground, under lights, the atmosphere is going to be unbelievable. I just feel Southampton are favourites now, and they shouldn't be. I just think if it's a 2-leg, I think they should both be played midweek under lights to give both teams that same advantage. Everyone knows the 12 o'clock kickoff at the weekend is just like the worst time to kick off for an atmosphere. Anyway, I'd love to know your thoughts on that. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you think it's a massive disadvantage, or do you think it's nonsense and they should be playing whatever and it should just be the same? But that's how I feel. I feel it's that should definitely be looked at. I think it's a big difference playing under lights than playing at 12 o'clock on a Saturday. So that's the two big football games today. Next up, I want to talk about the NBA. I've got right into the NBA recently. It's a great game to watch, basketball, and it's also a great game to bet on. Only bet if you've got the money to do it, and if you can afford to lose it. You should never bet otherwise. But it's really good to bet on because it's like really clear to see you can like bet on player points, assists, rebounds, and what's the other 3-pointers. And it's really cool. And it happens all quickly, and it's like a really good game to watch. It's a very fast moving game. It's very easy to follow. It's very simple, very straightforward. So I've been into that. So the Cavs are playing the Pistons tonight. Pistons are 2-1 up in that series. From as I understand it, now we're in the playoffs. Basically, they play the best of 7, and then whoever obviously gets to 4 first progresses on to the next round. But they seem to play these games really thick and fast. Any American sports fans out there who can educate me a bit on basketball and how the playoffs work, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to, if you can get in the comments, let me know. I'd love to learn more about the game from fans. I'd love to, obviously I could Google it or wiki it, but I'd love to hear from fans about what makes the playoffs so special, what makes the playoffs work in American sport, particularly basketball. Obviously I know how it works in the NFL, but I'd love to, I assume it's probably quite similar. There'll be like divisions throughout the country and it'll all come together, and that's how they do the seedings. But I've really enjoyed watching the basketball. So it's the Cavs against the Pistons, then it's the Lakers against the Thunder. Lakers are 3-0 up in their series, so one more win and they're through onwards into, I think the next stage is the conference finals. But like I say, any American sports fans out there, I'd love to hear more. Come and educate me and tell me more about basketball because I'm enjoying watching it. I'd love to learn more about the game. So that's the kind of sport today I want to talk about. The weekend, I want to talk about the boxing. I can't not talk about Fabio Wardley and Daniel Dubois. That fight was unbelievable. It was like Rocky non-stop. It was, if you haven't watched it, go and watch the highlights. In fact, you can't even watch the highlights of that film because there are no, at that fight, there were no highlights. Every second was a highlight. You've just got to watch the whole fight. It was unbelievable. Dubois, I thought Dubois came in looking too heavy. I thought he'd get gassed out because Wardley has got so much stamina and such an amazing chin. I thought Dubois might punch himself out and get gassed after like round 6 or 7, but he seemed to get stronger. Wardley knocked him out really early, or knocked him down really early in the first round, then knocked him down again. And after those knockdowns, he just seemed to get stronger. But Wardley, those punches he was taking was, it was shocking, but he was still firing them back. Both of them, incredible chins, incredible stamina. A lot of kind of, not controversy, but people saying that Wardley's corner should have stopped it before he got any more punishment. But I thought the ref called it perfectly, actually. I think he gave Wardley that little bit extra because he was the champion. But then as soon as there was like 3 unanswered punches with nothing coming back, Howard Foster stepped in, stopped it, and I thought it felt right. Maybe it was one sequence of punches too many, but it felt about right to me. As a fan looking on, I didn't feel that uncomfortable. It was brutal, absolutely brutal. And fair play to him. If they do that fight again, I will be buying it without a shadow of a doubt. Well worth however my 25 quid, how much it was to buy that fight. And then what was it? The golf. The golf was on last night. So the Trust Open, I believe it was. It was the final tournament before the PGA Championship, which starts this week, which I'll talk about more on Wednesday. We'll do like a preview of it on Wednesday, who I fancy to win it. Reitan, I can't remember his first name, but he was a Norwegian guy. He won the PGA Tour event last night, which is fantastic for the Europeans. Andy Fitzpatrick, Matt Fitzpatrick's brother, in his second PGA start, was leading going into the final round. Couldn't quite get over the line, but what a couple of weeks it's been for that guy. Amazing. I think they asked him at the end, he couldn't quite believe he was disappointed about not winning a PGA tournament, bearing in mind where, he's so new on the tour, but he looks like a proper player, he looks like a great player, big, exciting kind of European future. Who knows, the Fitzpatrick brothers, both of them in the Ryder Cup, that would be incredible. So the golf's getting exciting, sport in general is getting exciting. We've got the World Cup coming up, lots going on, season coming to an end, playoff finals coming up, lots of sport to talk about, which is why I hope this channel and these sports updates are going to grow, hopefully. I love talking about sport. I can talk about sport till the cows come home. But I want it to be interactive. I want you guys, I want a community to comment on the videos. Tell me your opinions on football. Tell me your opinions on golf, boxing, basketball, American football, any sport you want to talk about. I'm happy to talk about it, and that's what I want to do. I want the start of the videos to be about talking about the sporting events of that day and what's coming up. But I want the end of it to be answering people's comments that have been hopefully in the comment section. Or hopefully people will watch it. Hopefully people watch this. We'll see. If you don't, I won't do it again, I promise. If people do watch it, I'll do another one tomorrow. There you go, there's a deal. If I don't get any comments, I'll never do another video again. If I get a comment, I'll be back tomorrow. There you go, there's your deal. Thank you very much for watching. Please help the channel grow. Subscribe, like, comment, forward it to your friends. Let's talk about sport, enjoy sport, build a community, and I hopefully will see you tomorrow. Take care.